There is a part of business that almost no one wants to talk about because it's not as glamorous as branding, marketing, or client experience. It's something that actually exposes our dirty little secrets, like messy finances, like subscriptions that we forgot we were even paying for, and sometimes our confusing pricing for products. And it is an unglamorous side, yes, but it's the foundational one. This is the foundation of your business. It actually determines how you feel about your business. Do you feel chaotic? Do you feel unpredictable? Do you feel like you're not really seeing the vision long term? Or do you feel calm? Do you feel stable? And do you know what is going to happen in the future? When people come to me and say, hey, my business feels overwhelming, it feels out of control, it feels like I cannot handle it anymore, it's not about branding stuff, it's not about client experience, it's almost always something that underneath it, it's almost always foundational stuff, something like structure, back office, back end, however you want to name it. It's the financial ecosystem that you build that either builds your system, helps you run it, or sabotages it and ruins it. And here is the blunt truth we all eventually run into. You can have a beautiful brand, solid skills, and clients who trust you, and even momentum. But if the foundation is weak, everything feels harder than it needs to be. Foundation model helps you strengthen the parts of your business that deserve attention but do not get it. Because if your foundation is solid, like in a house that you build brick by brick, then everything else that is above becomes lighter, and much easier to run. Today we'll talk about the 4 questions that every small business owner asks again and again. Those are the questions that reveal what is wrong underneath the surface. And how can we build the foundation that supports us, that is stable, and that is sustainable? Let's dive in. Welcome to Building a Business That Flows, a series where we break down the 5 core systems that keep your business calm, clear, and consistent. Each episode explores one part of SimpleMark Framework: clarity, flow, trust, presence, and foundations. Together, they form a complete ecosystem that helps you run your business with less chaos and more confidence. Today, we're focusing on foundations, the financial and tech systems that keep your business stable, sustainable, and built for the long run. Where is my money actually going? We often assume that financial confusion comes from being bad with numbers, but it actually is not true. It's about being in the dark. It's about not really visualizing your financial situation and looking at numbers straight. You are missing visibility even though you're getting clients, even though you're signing contracts, even though you see the income flow, but you're actually confused to where money is going and where am I spending them at? Like, what am I paying for even in my business? It shows up in tiny expenses, things that you're not writing off as a business expense, something that you forgot that you're even paying, like your subscriptions to 1,000 different platforms or a monthly financial cycle that feels unpredictable. A business becomes financially stable when you're able to see visually on paper or on your dashboard where your money is going, how much you're paying for something, how much are you gaining. You need to visually see for yourself where are you spending money and where you're going to invest money. The theory here is very, very simple. Financial clarity creates control, and control creates calm mind. So instead of overwhelming yourself with spreadsheets and complicated software, focus on 3 numbers, the ones that actually move the business forward: monthly income, monthly expenses, and your cash runway. It means how many weeks or months you can operate comfortably. These 3 numbers give you an overview of how your business doing financially. It's your health check report of your business. There you can see patterns, risks, some opportunities that arise when you're operating a business. They show whether your pricing fits your lifestyle, whether your subscriptions are making any sense, and whether you're building stability or borrowing it from the future. How do I price my services without guessing? Pricing is the most emotional part of the business, even though it's funny because it should be logical by all means. We always price from fear, confusion, comparison, insecurity, all of those bad things, and never we price from clarity and structure. Pricing is not what other people charge, it's not about you are comfortable asking for. Pricing is about sustainability. It's how well your business can cover costs of your life, your work, your time, and your future. There is the simplest thing that most people tend to avoid. You cannot build a calm, sustainable business with prices that exhaust you. So instead of guessing, you use a pricing formula that considers your real world, what it costs for you to live, what it costs for you to run your business, how many hours you can actually work, the level of skill you bring to the table, and market range, not as a rule but as context for your business. When you see the math behind your sustainability, your pricing stops being a request. It becomes a boundary. It becomes a natural one. It becomes a necessary boundary. What tools do I actually need and which ones I can get rid of? If financial visibility, like dashboards, spreadsheets, numbers that you see with your own eyes, is a financial problem, then clutter is a technological one. And nothing steals energy as fast as bloated tool stack. Did you know that many small business owners use at least 5 different tools to run their business? At least 5, and there's context switching all over them. You can use 3 different project management tools, you can use financial tools, then you can use content creation tools, then you can use website building tools, everything all over the place. And then you forget to cancel subscriptions for some of them. For example, you tried another one and you didn't like it, but you forgot that you had subscription. Boom, money gone. You cannot do anything about it. What you can do? But you don't need more tools. You need right tools in your stack that you can use daily. And I will show you how to differentiate between tools that can be used once and then forgotten, and some tools that you can actually enjoy. And it's different for every person, but I believe that if you have this set of mind, you can create a beautiful tool stack for yourself. A sustainable tool stack has only one job: to make your business lighter, easier, and not heavier at all. You have 4 criteria for a great tool. You need only 4 of those to help you organize, to help you automate, to save your time, or to save your money. Those 4. And if a tool doesn't do at least 2 of those, get rid of it. Delete it, stop the subscription. It doesn't belong in your business anymore. Once again, the right tool needs to save your money, save your time, organize your business, or automate it. If it doesn't do at least 2 of those, get rid of it. You look at everything that you own and then categorize it into a pile. You have admin, you have client work, finance, and marketing. For example, those 4. And then you organize everything. Do I need it or do I not need it? Okay, I can get rid of it. Done. Cross it out. Throw it in a garbage. Stop the subscription. You're losing money. Because the moment your tag becomes intentional, because you actually think about it, and because you strategically choose this tool, not because it's pretty, not because everyone is using it, but because it helps you personally, boom, this is when business clarity comes in handy. This is how you actually think strategically and long term. Okay, next question is, how do I keep everything organized without falling apart? Scattered invoicing, disorganized documents, missing contracts, all of the above is making you anxious. It's making you business anxious. You're constantly thinking about it. It's not just bothering you, it really makes you slow down. It really takes your time and energy. Every sustainable business has a simple, predictable structure. You have a home for everything, a rhythm that keeps things updated, and a system that saves you from future chaos. This is where the Business Hub comes in handy. It's a central place for your finances, your documents, client files, contracts, subscriptions, vendor lists, and renewals. Everything in one place. Everything here in the palm of your hand on your computer. It should be in a cloud so you can access it all the time. It's one place where everything in your business lives. And the trick is simple. If you want clarity in your work, you need clarity behind your work. You need it to be structured. You need it to be organized. You need to declutter your business. A folder structure is not going to change your life, I assure you. But will it make your life easier? Will it make your business easier? Absolutely yes. So yeah, let's do that. The financial module isn't about becoming a technical wizard or the most organized person on the planet. It's about being aware of your finances. It's about being aware of your tech tools, and it's about being aware of the organization of your business. It's about building a business that is able to support you, definitely to support you even in your hardest times. It's like till death do us apart. On your best day, on your worst day, when you're sick, when you're on vacation, everything needs to be set up in order to support you sustainably. And this is what Solid Foundation is actually going to do for you. Imagine a house. You're going to build a house not out of sticks and mud. You need solid foundation out of concrete to assure that it's stable, to assure that nothing is going to be crooked, to assure that it supports you. You can rely on it. It's your foundation. This is the foundation of your business. It gives you confidence. It gives you hope. It gives you something that you think, okay, my business is okay. My business is stable. I do have this much money. I'm using those tools. I know where my contracts are. I know where to find those things, and I know how to get them really, really fast because they're here on my phone. They're here in my cloud. I know where to find things. I know how much I pay for things. I know how many subscriptions I have. And I'm going to just cross out things that I do not want to see in my business. They do not belong here. This is not sustainable. I'm not using them. I'm not going to spend much money at all on things that are not for me. Also, if you're going to talk in technical terms, you do have front end that someone else sees, like you can see my face, but you can also have a back end, and the back end is something that runs inside my systems, my organs, everything that I do have. Okay, it's not really technologically speaking, but I tried my best. If we're going to take a website, for example, you do have a front end, right? And you have a button that is pretty, and I want to click it. If I click the button, nothing happens on the front end really, but actually everything happens on the back end. There is a program that runs something when you click this button. You need the back end of your business, your backbone, your finance operations, your foundation to be stable. You need it to be reliable. You need it to be secure. And when it's secure and when it's reliable, you know how many things you can do? You know how creative you can be? You know how many things in your work you can do? You can just focus on your work if you set up a nice foundation system for yourself. You know your pricing, you know where finances go, you know your tech steps, tech tools. Everything is set up for you. You can just use it, you can rely on it, and this is your foundation. And this is what helps you build a business that supports your lifestyle, a business that is sustainable, a business that makes sense. So let's build it together. I invite you to join our community. I invite you to join this YouTube channel. And thank you so much. We're officially finishing our series on building a business that flows. It has 5 modules. I talked about them. And let's explore our business together and build something incredible. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope to see you around. Bye.